They call it a market crash. They call it a recession. They call it a correction. Stop listening to them. Those words are designed to keep you calm while they loot the building. What is happening to the global economy right now is not a disappearance of wealth. Wealth never disappears. It simply changes hands. We are living through the greatest wealth transfer in human history, from the unaware to the prepared, from the paper holders to the asset owners, from the middle class to the elite. Think about 2008. Millions of families lost their homes. But the houses didn't burn down. The houses didn't vanish. They were simply transferred. From families who held debt to institutions like Blackstone that held cash. Think about 2022. Inflation hit 9%. Your savings lost value. But that value didn't evaporate. It was transferred to the government to pay down their debts with cheaper dollars. This is the game. And you are the mark. Every 80 years, the debt cycle breaks. The currency resets. And the board is flipped. Most people will end this decade with nothing but worthless paper and expensive liabilities. But a small minority, the ones who understand the rules of veiled wealth, will end this decade owning the board. Today, I am not just showing you how to survive. I am showing you how to position yourself on the receiving end of the transfer. I am going to reveal the 5 specific asset classes that act as a magnet for wealth when the banking system breaks. The system is rigged. It's time you learned how to play it. Let's start by destroying the most dangerous illusion in your life. Money in the bank is safe. In 2023, we watched Silicon Valley Bank collapse in 36 hours. But did you know that right now, U.S. banks are sitting on over $500 billion in unrealized losses? Did you know that the commercial real estate market, which backs thousands of regional banks, is facing a $1 trillion maturity wall in 2026 that it cannot pay? The system is held together by confidence, and confidence is a fragile thing. When that confidence breaks, money doesn't walk out of the system. It runs, and it runs to very specific places. We call these the terminal assets, the places where money goes to die and be reborn as real power. Asset number 1, the anti-dollar, gold. Mainstream economists call it a pet rock. They mock it. They say it yields nothing. Yet, in 2025, central banks bought more gold than at any point in history. China is dumping U.S. treasuries to buy gold. Russia is buying gold. India is buying gold. Why? Because they know the dollar system is ending. Here's the secret about gold. It is not an investment. If you buy gold expecting to make money, you don't understand it. Gold is insurance against government stupidity. When a government spends more than it earns, it prints the difference. This steals value from your savings. Gold is the only asset that cannot be printed. It cannot be devalued by a politician. It cannot be hacked. It cannot be frozen. In 1971, 1 ounce of gold was $35. Today, it is over $4,000. Did gold become 100 times more valuable? No. The dollar became 99% less valuable. Gold is the constant. The dollar is the variable. Owning physical gold is opting out of the banking system. It is saying, I do not trust your promise. And in a debt crisis, the only promise worth anything is the one you hold in your hand. Asset number 2, the energy of life, productive farmland. Look at what Bill Gates is doing. Look at what Jeff Bezos is doing. Look at the Ted Turner family. They are buying land, millions of acres of it. Why? Because in a hyper-financialized world, we forgot a basic truth. You cannot eat Bitcoin. You cannot eat AI. You cannot eat stocks. Farmland is a unique asset class. It has low correlation to the stock market. During the 2008 crash, when the S&P 500 lost half its value, farmland went up. During the dot-com crash, farmland went up. Why? Because the population is growing, but the amount of arable land is shrinking. Supply down, demand up. That is the definition of a bull market. But there is a deeper reason the elite love farmland. It is an inflation pass-through mechanism. When the price of oil goes up, the price of food goes up. When the currency collapses, the price of food goes up. The farmer doesn't suffer from inflation. The farmer gets paid by inflation. By owning the land, you are owning the source of the most critical commodity on earth, energy for humans. Asset number 3, the sovereign shield, hard foreign currency. Most people have home bias. They keep 100% of their wealth in their home currency. If you are American, you hold dollars. If you are European, euros. If you are Japanese, yen. This is financial suicide. Ask the Japanese. The yen lost 30% of its value in 3 years. Ask the Turkish. The lira lost 90%. Ask the British. The pound nearly collapsed in 2022. No currency is safe forever. The solution is the Swiss shield, the Swiss franc. Switzerland has a culture of saving, not spending. They have a history of neutrality. They have massive gold reserves. When the world gets scary, capital flees to Switzerland. Holding a portion of your liquid cash in Swiss francs, or Singapore dollars, is like having a lifeboat on the Titanic. While everyone else is fighting for deck chairs, dollar strength versus euro strength, you are already safe in a different vessel. It's not about making a profit, it's about preserving purchasing power when your local politicians destroy the currency. Asset number 4, the liquidity king, short-term treasury bills. Cash is trash, usually. But during a crash, cash is king. The problem is, holding cash in a bank is dangerous. Remember SVB. And holding cash under your mattress is risky. Inflation theft. The solution is short-term U.S. Treasuries, T-bills, 3-month or 6-month duration. Here's why. When the stock market crashes, liquidity dries up. Nobody has cash. Everyone is forced to sell their homes, their stocks, their watches just to survive. If you're holding T-bills, you're holding the closest thing to risk-free cash that yields interest. You are liquid. You are mobile. And when assets are selling for pennies on the dollar, because everyone else is broke, you can step in and buy. The Rockefellers made their money this way. The Rothschilds made their money this way. They held liquidity when blood was in the streets. Don't be fully invested. Keep dry powder. The opportunity of a lifetime only happens when everyone else is panicking. Asset number 5, the royalty collector. Essential dividend stocks. Notice I said essential. I don't care about the next tech unicorn. I don't care about the metaverse. I care about companies that act like governments, companies that own the pipes, the wires, the medicine, the trash collection. Think about it. Even in a Great Depression, do you flush the toilet? Yes. Do you turn on the lights? Yes. Do you buy toothpaste? Yes. Do you take your insulin? Yes. These are not discretionary purchases. They are taxes on existence. Companies like utility providers, consumer staples, and big pharma, they act as royalty collectors on modern life. During the 2008 collapse, stock prices fell 50%. But dividends from these essential companies barely moved. Why? Because their cash flow is detached from the stock market casino. Owning these stocks is like owning a toll bridge. The economy might slow down, but people still need to cross the bridge. You collect the toll, dividend, while you wait for the crisis to pass. Now, here's the warning. The trap. If you do not own these 5 assets, what do you own? You probably own paper promises. You own bank stocks. They go to zero when leverage breaks. You own long-term bonds. They lose value when inflation rises. You own speculative tech. It evaporates when liquidity dries up. You own uninsured deposits. They get bailed in. The middle class is obsessed with growth. They want to get rich quick. The wealthy are obsessed with control. They want to never get poor. There is a massive difference. Look at the portfolio of a billionaire. It is heavy on real estate, heavy on private business, heavy on gold art, heavy on cash. It is light on speculative garbage. They know the cycle is ending. They are positioning themselves. Here is the brutal truth. The great wealth transfer is not coming. It has already started. Inflation is the transfer mechanism. It transfers value from your labor to their assets. Every day you hold paper money, you're bleeding wealth. Every day you wait to position yourself, you're losing ground. You have a choice. You can be the victim. You can scream at the TV. You can blame the politicians. You can watch your savings rot, or you can become the beneficiary. You can align your portfolio with the forces of reality. Gold, farmland, hard currency, liquidity, essential cash flow. History doesn't care about fairness. It rewards preparation. The storm is here. The shelter is built. The only question is, are you inside or outside? This is veiled wealth. We don't play fair. We play to win. Make your move.